Welcome to an all-new episode of Mainstream Mondays right here on Night Owl Video. This is a new series I've started where I talk about more mainstream movies, more mainstream fare, less the cult movie and horror movie and things hard to find movies, and more about kind of more mainstream movies, I guess, for lack of a better word. Not necessarily blockbusters, but things that were put up by major studios with big stars, such as this one. Today, I am talking about The Equalizer, starring Denzel Washington. Now, this is the 3-movie set that I got a couple of months ago, which has all 3 Equalizers in it. Today, I'm only talking about part 1, so I'll probably review the other ones down the road. Although I have to say the first one for me was the best. But we'll be talking about cast, production, critical reception, my thoughts on the film, where you can watch it, and all that jazz. So I hope you'll stick around and enjoy this review of The Equalizer. This is a action thriller film from 2014. The Equalizer Part 1 is actually 10 years old already. It's hard to believe. It seems to me like it didn't come out that long ago. This was directed by a person named Antoine Fuqua. I hope I'm saying that right. This person has directed a lot of movies, including The Replacement Killers, Training Day, Shooter, as well as all of the Equalizer movies. So I do believe that he handpicked Denzel for this series, even though, excuse me, I think Denzel was a little reluctant at first to sign on for a franchise. So like I said, this film stars Denzel Washington, who was also in Malcolm X, Man on Fire, and he was, of course, the lead actor for all 3 of the Equalizer films. This also stars Martin Csokas. That's a hard name to say. Csokas. Csokas. He had a bit part in Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship, and Return of the King. And he was also apparently in Sin City 2, but I don't remember that part. This also stars the lovely Chloe Grace Moretz, who was in Kick-Ass 1 and 2 as Hit Girl. She was also in Let Me In, which was a remake of the most excellent horror film, Let the Right One In. And she was apparently also in the remake of Suspiria, although I have not seen that movie yet because I have not found a physical copy of it. This movie also stars Bill Pullman, who is in The Serpent and the Rainbow, Independence Day, and one of my personal favorites, Lost Highway. So, love me some Bill Pullman. The synopsis for Equalizer: Robert McCall, played by Denzel Washington, a man of mysterious origin, believes he has put the past behind him, dedicates himself to creating a quiet new life. However, when he meets Terry, played by Chloe Grace Moretz, a teenager who has been manhandled by violent Russian mobsters, he simply cannot walk away. With his set of formidable skills, McCall comes out of self-imposed retirement and emerges as an avenging angel, ready to take down anyone who brutalizes the helpless. So God bless Denzel Washington and The Equalizer. And I love Denzel Washington, and I really, really loved him in this series of movies, especially, like I said, the first one. I think it's just because he's so quiet and methodical, but being a vigilante, he's just cool as a cucumber. He's just so calculated. Much like, Charles Bronson in Death Wish, he's got a purpose, and he's taking care of business, and he's just going out and doing it. And it's not like a big deal. He just goes home, gets his guns cleaned up, gets ready, goes out, takes care of business. And I love that kind of cool, I don't know, collected vigilante person. I don't know what that says about me, but I do like me some vigilante action movies. This is based on a 1980s TV show of the same name. I don't remember that show, Equalizer. I think it was like mid-80s or something. I don't really remember anything about it. I really didn't watch a lot of TV as a teenager. I was more into punk rock and playing in bands and going to shows and stuff. I just really didn't spend a lot of time watching a lot of TV, so I don't really remember that show at all. But I'm kind of curious about it now to see if it's good. Principal photography for The Equalizer took place in Massachusetts from May to September of 2013. The box office was about $192 million for this film. I could not find any information about the budget, but I'm thinking it was probably a moneymaker because it did get greenlit for obviously a part 2 and 3. In June of 2010, it was announced that Russell Crowe was trying to bring The Equalizer, a TV show, to the big screen, directed by Paul Haggis, with Crowe intending to play the character of Robert McCall. In December 2011, it was reported that Denzel Washington would star in the title role of the film version. I thought this was interesting. In 2012, Nicholas Winding Refn entered talks to direct the remake, but the deal with Sony fell through for unknown reasons. So I thought that would have been good. This is the guy who directed the film Drive with Ryan Gosling, which is one of my favorite movies of the 2000s. And I thought, whoa, if he had directed this, like, imagine how brutal it would have been. Because Drive has some pretty grisly stuff in it. So, not to say that this one doesn't, but I think it would have been maybe a bit more gritty. The film's test screenings received the highest scores and most positive reactions of any MPAA R-rated Sony film. So the test audiences liked this movie, and that's why this movie went ahead. This film currently holds a 61% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I'm talking again about Equalizer Part 1. This is the 3-movie set, but I'm just talking about Part 1. The film received generally positive reviews, although some critics didn't like the plot, apparently. I'm not sure why. I thought it was a pretty straight ahead plot on this one, but critics, I don't know. You're probably laughing, thinking, well, aren't you sort of a critic? But I'm not like those, I'm not Siskel and Ebert or Roger, what are those guys? Leonard Maltin. But yeah, I guess that some people had a problem with the plot. I don't remember having any issues with the plot of this film. In fact, I don't really remember having any issues with Equalizer Part 1 at all. My thoughts on this film, Part 1. I thought this was a great little vigilante action thriller. Like I said, Denzel Washington was cool as a cucumber. Even when I was watching it, I thought, like, oh, he's so much cooler than, John Wick or Charles Bronson in Death Wish, Paul Kersey. I just thought he was like so cool and collected, and when he had to get down to business, like he could take care of business. But again, like I said earlier, it was his kind of his lead up to all these scenes of like ultra violence. He was just, oh, okay, you want to do that to that person? I'm going to come in and take care of you. And, he takes care of business. And I just thought it was really, really good. I thought the pacing was really good. It gave me like kind of like 70s action TV kind of vibes. The music was cool. The acting was cool. I don't know why the critics picked apart the plot, because I thought it was a pretty straightforward plot. I don't remember it being any too complicated or disjointed. But now the second and third one, I liked the second and third one quite well, but I thought the first one really hammered it home as far as like just like Death Wish, just a straight ahead good vigilante thriller. Just watching somebody go and take care of these bad guys on behalf of Chloe Grace Moretz's character. And the Russian dudes were really scary. There's a scene where he goes in and offers this money to say, like, leave Chloe Grace Moretz alone. And like the Russian guys are like, no, like, get out of here, take your stupid money. And it's kind of like in that scene where I remember Denzel was just like, okay, you don't want to take my money? Okay, that's fine. Like, goes out, comes back in, just slaughters everyone. So if you like those kind of movies, like revenge thrillers, John Wick, Death Wish, Death Sentence, these kinds of movies, I think this might be right up your alley. just a great, great action movie. Like I said, 2 and 3 were decent, and I will review those down the road. But for me, I thought part 1 was the best, which is why I'm reviewing it today. This is, like I said, this is the 3-disc set from, who put this out? Sony, I think? Or was it Columbia? I can't really see. Sometimes, oh, it's Columbia, sorry. Yeah, it was Columbia and Sony, I guess. This is rated 14 in Canada for violence, and is rated 16 in Quebec, the province of Quebec, for violence. So actually it's rated 14 for extreme violence, coarse language, violence, it's in French. Violence brutale and a langage vulgaire. This is a Region A Blu-ray, so you can play it on any player, I guess. Or, no, just, I guess, in North America. This, God, the printing is so small on this thing, but I don't see any special features listed on the back of this disc, but I know there are some things on here, like featurettes, so that is the disc for Equalizer Part 1 right there. Kind of, actually, the graphic matches the film. It's pretty straightforward. A guy just going out to get revenge. The other disc I just showed you was Equalizer 3, and then the disc for Equalizer 2 is there as well. So, yeah, actually the artwork for Part 3 is quite different. The other two are kind of graphically similar. But yeah, I picked this up at Walmart. I think I got all 3 movies in this set. It was like $34.99 or something, so it was a really good deal. It looks great. The Blu-ray looks great on my TV. I can't complain about that. You can currently stream this on Netflix in Canada as of the recording of this video. You can also rent it on YouTube, Google Play, and Apple TV. So if you have Netflix in Canada, this, I believe, is streaming right now. So if you want to go check it out, you can. Yeah, that's oh. Now I want to kind of rewatch it already. But that's my thoughts on Equalizer Part 1. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Did you like this movie? Did you not like it? If you've seen the TV show, I'd be curious to see how the movie kind of compares to the TV show. I'm sure it's a lot more violent than the TV show was, but I am curious to kind of check that out. So leave your thoughts in the comments below. Consider giving me the thumbs up if you like this review. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Welcome to all my new subscribers as well. And thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I'll see you at the video store or the thrift store or just out and about somewhere. Hopefully, we won't be out in the street being tracked by the Equalizer. But until next time, take good care of yourselves and your family. It's a crazy world out there, so take it easy. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.